We move on with the Transformers Titans Return line, and we look at another one of the Titan Masters. This is Repugnus. Nobody likes Repugnus, and he's fine with that. I'll explain what I mean when we look at everything to do with this guy in the latest GotBot True review. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, Dennis Moulton, aka GotBot. As always, please like, comment, subscribe, share, check out Machinery of Man, the Everything Factor. Have a look for me everywhere. Spend some time on the channel. There's a lot of stuff to explore. And, let me know what you think always. This is Repugnus. He is not really very well liked. If you know the character at all, the bottom line is this. He's kind of one of those guys who might even get kicked off of the Autobots for being insubordinate. He's not a big fan of authority, but he's always kind of brought back for two reasons. One, because for an Autobot he's sort of vicious and quite skilled, but the other reason is because he does the kind of nasty jobs, because he's a nasty character, that nobody else wants to do. I don't know if a Titan Master was the best way to represent this guy, especially since we do have a deluxe class double cross, or Twinferno if you will, and we just got word out of New York Comic Con that they have an exclusive, which is a reuse of that mold to be Grotesque. Man, I really wish that thing was a regular retail release. I'm just saying, a nice Wave 6 assortment would be, to kind of round things off, would be Slugslinger, the exclusive RC, now Grotesque, and heck, just for fun, they could have thrown in a wider international release of Brainstorm. That being said, there might actually be a little bit of hope for those of you who live in Canada. If you don't already know, apparently the Clones 2-pack, who I did review a little while ago here on the channel, are going to be available at retail if they're not already out. As of this recording, I think it's going to be at EB Games, but I think it still has the Walgreens exclusive sticker on it. It's kind of strange, but it's nice to see some of these exclusives that are available in the US come outside of there and get availability for those of us that do not live there. Anyway, I've babbled on long enough. This guy here. Okay, so what can I say? This is not the strongest Titan Master by any stretch of the imagination. We're going to take his little vehicle thing out of it, and we're going to look at the Titan Master itself first. So I'm going to take this out of it, and we're just going to leave this little... This is what he looks like here. It's based on his robot mode, apparently. The face is painted. He has the exact same articulation as all of these guys. He can get into a seated position. The arms are on little ball joints. The head is on a little ball joint. The arms can't go out too far. The head can't go out too far. Again, it's maybe a 2. This guy is pinned at the hip. Which is, I guess that's cool. I don't know why some of these are and some of these aren't. I've said that before. In terms of transformation, well, you just fold him over and you get this. It is reminiscent of his original head, I think from maybe the Headmaster series. It looks good. I like it. It's quite striking, actually. Okay, so I'm gonna get his little vehicle thing in and we'll see how that, improves this guy, hopefully. Okay, so we have this back in, and it is definitely indicative of his original little monster mode. Again, I would have liked for it to be a deluxe. In terms of Titan Master integration, well, we're going to try to sort of follow the instructions. Now, before we do that, though, we'll talk about articulation a little bit. You'll notice I haven't given any grades for anything yet. The arms are independent. They can go up and down. They can't go out because of the way that they are. The legs can go forward, but they're on the same hinge, so they gotta move in unison. The head can go up and down, I guess. And these things can flip out, you know, if that's of use to you. Paint apps. Paint apps for this and for the head, I gotta give a 10 to. They're fantastic. It's no doubt that they are Repugnus' colors. No doubt. And I am being generous with that because of the small size that we're working with. I can't argue with the paint apps. The articulation, I said that the Titan Master's a 2. This doesn't really improve it. It's still like a 2. It's nothing great for articulation. Transformation, and yes, I laugh a little bit as I say that because there's not much transformation here. Let's finish off his beast mode here first. So you lift up the head and you know, put the Titan Master in there. There are pegs for the feet on the bottom, but that's not how you insert them. You insert them with the head up, and then you bring this down over the robot head. Okay, I guess it fills in his belly and stuff. It's kind of like what we saw with Fangry, for example, who I also looked at here on the channel a little while ago. You know, all right, it's a thing. It's okay. Let's go next, according to the instructions, to his jet mode. We're going to call it the jet mode. I don't know if it's actually a jet mode, but that's what we're going to do. Actually, before we go to that, no, we'll go through the official modes, then I'll show the last, like, unofficial mode, and I'm using that term very loosely. So, we pick this up, and we, if I can do it, naturally he is stuck here now. We get the Titan Master out. We take the, and I just popped this off. Okay, let me get this back on and we're gonna try this again. Okay, so trying this again, I already have the Titan Master out. We pick up the head section, and then using this yellow hinge in here, the one that just popped off on me, we take the head and we bring it all the way forward and peg it in, basically. According to the instructions, we flip up the legs, and if you didn't have the arms back, you do push them back. And we have a little jet thing, I guess. I suppose that's what we'll call it. It has wings, so I guess that's how it's a jet. Cybertronian jet. When in doubt, Cybertronian jet. In terms of Titan Master integration here, there's not really much to it. I mean, basically you put him in here and he leans forward and pilots it. You could, I guess, peg his feet on the pegs that are back there. That's not really the way it's supposed to be. You know, there are 4 thrusters molded onto the back, so I guess that's good, but come on. Really? This is a mode? Come on. Alright, let's go to his last one, which is his twin-bladed blaster thing, I guess. You'll notice I'm saying that a lot here. It's because I don't, like I said, I don't think that this is a particularly strong entry, though he does look striking, you know, on the shelf, because the colors are nice. Okay, so how do we basically do this? Pretty simple, to be perfectly honest with you, because all we really need to do is, and I'll take this guy out of it, and I'm going to fold him up into the little square head again, because that's the way he's going to end up being used. To do this, we come to the head. The handle is the most challenging piece. Okay, so I finally have the handle out. And really, you know, it's just a matter of kind of trying to root something in there to get it out. Once you have it out, you again bring this forward just like you did for the like jet mode, we're gonna say, just like you did for that. Again, the legs go the same way. Before I lock this in, We put in our little Titan Master here again, right? So it looks like this. You bring up the legs, you bring out these pieces. And I guess someone can hold it as like a underswung type of weapon. It's the 4 thrusters in the plane mode are now the 4 blasters. You have these 2 wings that are now like blades, I guess. I suppose that's what it's supposed to be. The alternative to holding it this way is you can turn it around. You can turn it around and hold it this way if you think that looks better. I don't. I think that looks awful. Again, I'm not sold on any of the modes with this guy except the monster mode. So get him in that mode and don't ever really change him. Don't use this. What can I say? Don't use this. Okay, so there's one more apparently undocumented mode. It's referred to sometimes as the rider mode. I don't think it's anything anyone would ever particularly want to use, but hey, you can. And it actually is the one time that those pegs that are in his belly for feet to attach to actually get used. So we can bring that up and bring the legs down, and again open this out and take our little Titan Master out. Put in the peg that's there and pull the whole head forward. Maybe it is still forward. We leave it like that. I'm going to open the Titan Master into a robot, and you need to put the arms of the Titan Master out in front of him. Like, you can't leave them down by side. The Titan Master arms need to be out like this. And the idea is that you sort of bend the legs in a little bit of a seated position, and the waist can clear this space back here, and the feet will peg in down here. So I'm just going to get him in that because it's a bit of a pain to peg the feet in, and then I'll just show you how it looks, and you can decide if you like it or not. And here he is in rider mode. Here's the little Titan Master up here. His legs are now down the belly section and connected on. Okay, I guess if you want to do that for some weird reason, you know, here's a side view of it. I don't know. I don't see the point. If you're going to skip a Titan Master, sadly, this might be the one to skip. That being said, if you're like me and you'd like to have, you know, the monsterbot, since we have one already for now, this is the representation that you're going to have to go with. Surely the day will come when we will get a better version of Repugnus. But for now, this is what we got. You'll also notice that he's always sort of standing forward and hunched a little bit. If you actually try and stand him up correct, straight, he's kind of back heavy. He's going to tend to fall back, so you do need to have him lean forward a little bit this way. The transformation is simple, but none of the modes you get are fun or useful. 3, I guess, for transformation. Overall, this Titan Master is maybe a 2.5. It's nothing great. It's definitely not the greatest in the line. It's just that he looks pretty, and it's nice to have some version of Repugnus, even if it is a terrible version. Anyway, that's it for this guy. Let me know what you think of him. Maybe you love the guy, and I'd love to hear if you do. As always, I appreciate you dropping by, giving me some of your valuable time, and you know that I look forward to the next time that you and I get together for another visit right here inside the videos.